What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Master Duel Academy video. I'm Viper and I'm here with Connor.
Yo, yo.
We hope you guys enjoyed the last episode that we've done. Hope you guys enjoyed the series. Basically, same as what we did in Duel Links. Instead, obviously, Master Duel. But basically, cards that everyone that obviously knows. We probably won't go through because it'll just take up too much time. And we'll get straight into it. Today's video
Is
is
none other than Punk, Tearlaments.
Tearlaments. Um,
Minus Ghost Bell. Not Ghost Bell. Ghost
Cherries.
Reaper.
Winter yeah, Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries is basically just the new card that we've added. Unfortunately, we have not used this card yet, but
It's to help with the mirror match by sending one of our fusions, or if need be, a Beast Dweller to the grave to banish what they have. So they can't use it.
all right. So we all know what Divine of the Herald does. This basically is you can send a fairy, so it's one. I think it's and it also helps to go into your Baron to floor, which we never go into. But it's more or less to send like your Medora or your Killback or your Guido. We don't run Keldo. Um, because we just kept drawing into Shizu cards. So I feel like if we just run through Medora, you two Killback into a Guido, it's more than fine. Alrighty, so yeah, that's all Divine of the Herald does. Send a card, and then basically use it to go into your Baron to floor, which we never do.
But it's there if we need it.
Alright, so now Tearlaments Merly. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send the top three cards of your deck to the graveyard. And also if and all these Tearlament cards have the secondary effect, which if it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can then fusion summon. You can fusion summon your one of your Tearlament fusions. Crystal Beast, Emerald Tortoise is only in here because of the trap. Obviously, you use your Foolish Burial Goods to send the trap, activate trap and graveyard to get Tortoise and a field spell. So if they end up negating terraforming, so another backup to try and get a field spell.
Burial Goods also helps with sending the Tearlament Scream and the Tearlament Trap as well to get their
Select.
effects.
So if you don't know what this card does, Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries basically you can discard this card, reveal one card in your extra deck. So we could reveal our best dweller if we're going up against the mirror match. And we can banish their Bistwella, or we could get rid of their Kit Kalos. Um, but yeah, more or less, it's just to stop them to either going to a Bistwella or Kit Kalos kind of thing, or your Collider Heart or your Rue Kalos. Havness, so when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, you can special summon, and if you do, you send the top three cards to your deck to your graveyard. Same
The Night
thing,
Starter if you go second as well.
same thing as Melee. Sent to graveyard by card effect, you can fusion summon. Shiren, you can activate its effect to special summon, and if you do, you can send one monster from your hand to the graveyard, then send the top three cards of your deck to the graveyard. Same thing again, sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can fusion summon. Rhino Heart, I do believe Rhino Heart, obviously you'd probably want to have three. Um,
A lot of people run 2, a lot of people run 3. It's whatever you have, I guess.
So this card's normal special summon. You can send one Tearlaments monster from your deck to the graveyard. So obviously, Runner Heart would be your somewhat of your main play to start off with your fusion. If you don't draw your ones that are limited to two, I think by now and it also has the same effect. If this card's set to the grave, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. And if you do,
But
send one Tearlament card from your hand to the graveyard. So if you have Scream or you've got your trap on the field and you've got another trap in your hand, you can always send the trap to search for a Tearlament monster. Um,
if you use Rhino Heart for the XYZ for Abyss Dweller, it you don't banish it at that point. Goes right to the graveyard, so nice wave for that.
we obviously know what Medora, Kelbeck, and Nagito do. Just your millers and your shufflers. Um, we run Gamecell the Sea Turtle Kaiju. Just basically, if we come up against like Ava Max,
Or anything else like that. It
it's just
also helps with the fusion summoning as well, so that's nice for that too.
we all know what Foolish Burial does. Sends a monster from deck to the graveyard. Terraforming, we all know what that does. Adds your fill spell from your deck to your hand. Instant fusion, pay 5,000 life points to summon one level 5 or lower fusion. Um, if you happen to draw into this, but also draw into your Tearlament monsters, I would say it's probably better to go instant fusion first, then go into your Kit Kalos without having to use resources
Your
for it.
normal summon or anything else, yeah,
Yeah, Foolish Burial, as we said, sends a spell trap to the graveyard. Now, Primeval Planet Perlerino. Uh,
is the field spell.
um, so basically, when this card is activated, you can add one Telement monster to your deck, to your hand. Fusion monsters and Telement monsters you control gain 500. Um, so basically, if you shuffle cards into your from your graveyard back into your deck,
Which you would
do a lot.
do with the choosy cards.
You can actually, except for the damage step, you can destroy a card on the field, which is hence why it's probably limited to one because that would be pretty broken. But it does come in handy, as you'll see in the gameplays that we have. Telement Scream. If a monster or monsters is normal or special summoned, you control a Telement monster. Except during the damage step, you can send the top three cards of your deck to the graveyard, and also for the rest of this turn, all your monsters your opponent controls they lose 500 attack. If this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can add one Telement trap from your deck to your hand. So basically, yeah, Scream's just basically to search for your trap. We all know what Cosmic Cyclone does. We all know what Call By does. Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. You don't worry about this. This
It's a brick if you draw it.
it's we have drawn this a couple of times, but this card you just want it in the graveyard because when you send it to the graveyard, you add the tortoise. Hence why the tortoise is in here, and also you get your field spell if your terraform gets negated by Ash. But that's basically all it is. So basically, if you activate your Foolish Burial Goods, you always send this card to the graveyard just so you can get your field spell. And Tearlaments select if you control a Tearlament monster, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effect, and then you have to send one Tearlament card to the graveyard. And now I believe this is a permanent negate,
It's a permanent negate. I think it's a permanent negate only if you control a Tearlaments.
which is obviously does come in handy as you'll see. Now extra deck. These are I would say you could run Apollo USA, Palooza, Apollo USA. But if you don't have it,
It's not mandatory. It's
mm,
just in there if you have it.
or not even Sprite Elf. Sprite Elf is just to help your fusion monsters not be targeted and also bring back a level 2 and stuff like that. If you don't have it, I wouldn't waste your URs or your gems going through the box to get it or crafting it. It's basically I'd basically just say your Kit Kalos, which if this card's special summoned, you can take one Tearlament card from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Obviously, Kit Kalos. So with this effect here is you can send whatever Tearlament card, and then obviously you proceed into your fusion, um, or you can send your spell or your trap if need be. Um, and if this card is sent as and then its other effect in the you can target one monster and you control special summon one Tearlament monster from your hand or graveyard, and if you do, send the targeted monster to the graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can send the top 5 cards of your deck to the graveyard. It's pretty nice. It's another way to mill. Rukalos. Other aqua monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. You can only use each of the following effects of Tearlament Rukalos once per turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect that includes an effect that special summons a monster or monsters, you can quick effect. You can negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. Then you send one Tearlament card from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard. If this fishing summon is card is sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can special summon this card. And it
It
doesn't say
doesn't regain its
effect,
back though, so
which
it's just a 3k beta on that point.
and now Tearlament's Collider Heart cannot be used as fusion material. If this card is special summoned or an aqua monster sent to your graveyard by your card effect while you control this card. While this card is on the field, you can target one card your opponent controls and shuffle it into the deck. And if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon this card. And if you do, send one Tearlament card from your deck to the graveyard, and it's once per turn effect. And we all know what what it does. Some Mistral Links detached, they can't activate effects in the graveyard.
That goes for you too. So you gotta be careful with that.
And yeah, it's basically the deck, and we'll go straight into the replays.
Got a few to show you today.
We got a lot.
We probably won't show you all of them. Do
Um,
the dumb platinum ones.
yeah, I think most of the replays, most of the gameplays we got was either dudes just scooping. So yeah, yeah, this is actually not really a good hand, but I think it is against the burn deck.
The foolish burial goods here, sending Rainbow Bridge. Banish Rainbow Bridge to get the tortoise and field spell. Get Rhino Heart. Then melee effect to fusion.
And all your Tearlament cards, when they get used for fusion, they get sent back to the deck, which is actually pretty nice. Yeah,
Unfortunately,
this is actually a burn deck. I'm pretty sure. Yep.
Cosmic Cyclone. Nice.
So yeah, unfortunately, this does go on for 7 turns, but yeah, it's basically to show you how you can play against a burn deck. Unfortunately, Tearlaments seem to be bringing out all these really toxic decks, which is understandable because yeah, Tearlaments is not a even when going up against the mirror match, it's not fun to play against.
Tearlaments is the most fun I've had um, playing.
Yeah, so I just revealed my trap.
Bullish Burial to send Kelbeck because we don't have any other plays. Good for us, bad for him. We get a Ghetto effect too to mill more, so that's pretty nice.
And then Collider Heart send his trap card back to his deck.
Ring of Destruction. Special Runner Heart.
And he sends Runner Heart to the graveyard, which gets banished. Um,
I don't know why he didn't target Keldo.
and in this situation, I'm actually kind of glad I didn't use instant fusion because I actually would have lost. He takes five. He takes 1,000, and then basically gain.
Nice.
As you can see, we end up taking Imperm out in the build that we got. I don't think we got Imperm in here because I don't know. I just don't feel like it's needed.
Imperm's good, but yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, this one.
We go second here. We had Diddy Crow in as well with this build. Right. We got a few plays here. We got Melee, Rhino Heart, Foolish Burial, Gigantic Sprite, brings in Jet, searches for starter, Carrot, links off,
To Elf. Yeah,
brings back Jet.
yeah, so Elf is basically just to stop your fusion monsters from being targeted. Like we said, like you don't really need it. I would waste URs or gems or money going through to get it.
He's got 2 monster negates here, and which he's forced to use. Legion Buster. I use Havnus, he uses red. That's fine. I've still got plays. We've still got plays. Sure, why not? Fair enough. He maxes.
DD
This is a
Crow.
DD Crow. Target the blue since Elf targeted that. We go into
Kit Kalos.
hit.
He
And
ashes.
he maxes into Ash Blossom. But that's fine. Special summon Runner Heart, Kit effect, Runner Heart effect, sends a monster from deck to grave.
And here comes our field spell.
Luckily we drew got Rainbow Bridge.
But he negates it.
That's fine. It's no big deal. We go into Rukelos. Bring in Havnus. Don't want to give him any more draws, so just attack. And we end here. So we have a special summon negate. Special summon with Havnus.
He
Of course,
maxes
he has
again.
another Maxi.
And here
And that's
comes.
another Rainbow Bridge. And we drew another Kelbeck, so that's nice. It's our field spell.
He's actually.
Melee. This is Kaleido Heart, which returns a card on the field, but it's impermed, which is fine. No big deal. We still have a special summon negate. Smashers. That's fine. Goes into Jake. No, he goes into Elf. Okay. We negate his Elf's effect,
Send
which
Heaviness. Oh, melee.
melee. Probably should have sent Heaviness. Now we get the field spell, which I believe he banishes. No, he goes for Rukalos. Okay. Green Rhino Heart effect 2 mil. But he gammas. That's fine. Again, destroy. Got a Guido. We're able to shuffle with Kaleido Heart.
And then about to use the field
Shuffle
spell to destroy the other one.
like nothing happened, really. Him destroying our monster gave us more plays, really. Okay, Kalos effect, field spell effect 2, destroy. Selec gets the scream, I think. This is when we were playing Heartbeat. We'd never really used Heartbeat. Eventually swapped it out for Cosmic Cyclone. And that's that game. Uh, do the 7 duel one.
Yeah, these turn twos, they're just basically dudes just bouncing.
Yeah, show you a bit longer one so you get a hang for the deck in a longer game.
I feel like we should touch on this. So basically, we just play to any situation. So if we go up against a mirror match, like we would then go for a Beast Dweller. But if we're going up against a different deck, um,
Like Exo Sister, we're not going to go into Abyss Dweller. There's really no point because Exo Sister doesn't use the graveyard at all, which
um,
is why they use Dimensional Fissure, Dimensional whatever.
so yeah, so like DK's build one showing you how to go into a Beast Dweller. Um, we just for us, like we feel like unless we go into the mirror match, then we'd use a Beast Dweller, but or any cards that activate from the graveyard. But really, we hardly ever use it.
Unless it's Samira, but whichever. Luckily, we drew into Terraforming, which is nice,
With
but he
Ashed,
ashed, whichever. Scream, normal Rhino Heart,
mill three
Cream.
cards. Oh,
He imperms, Rhino Heart, okay, no one cares, good job. He should have waited for Kit, because we've got Scream, we got Kelbeck for more mills, because we don't really have any other players. Got Sullick. What's this? I think this is Shadow. Dragon destroys a card on the field, I believe. Daddy Crow to banish Agito, Sharon, Runner Sharon effect.
So this is basically a mirror match.
Yes, we got two level 4s, so we're most likely going to go into Abyss Dweller here. We're just shuffling our cards from one another.
And yeah, so obviously, when your shufflers, if you activate cards from your graveyard and he uses, and you go up against a mirror match and they use their shufflers don't negate. So even if they send your cards back to your deck, the effects of those cards will still happen.
You're talking about the Millers and
No, the shufflers.
yeah,
Yeah.
both.
So if they shuffle your millers back into your deck after you've activated them, the effect's still going to go through. Just so people know, like it doesn't get negated. Um,
On draw phase, we activate Abyss Dweller. He just sets 2 and passes. We still got plays here. Sharon effect, cross our designator. Fine. That's no chip off our shoulder. He just lost one of his 2 Sharons. Battle phase. I guess he had a bad hand. Abyss Dweller on draw phase again.
yes, it's just a good way to stop them from trying to fusion
Sharon
summon.
effect. Yep. Discard mill 3. He DD crows. Sending melee. Unable to fusion here since he DD crowed. The shufflers stop your fusion summons as well, so keep that in mind.
I think he just gave up.
Yeah. This is a showing of Abyss Dweller. Which one did you play last night that was good? The Fanfare one, was it? No, Crimco? Check Crimco's deck. Yeah, that one. That's the one you had bad hand.
Yeah,
Played
but
around with. No?
I'm pretty sure he scooped. Yeah, because it only lasted 2 turns.
No match.
Um,
Replay. Don't know what the hell that is.
we'll just leave the videos off here, but yeah, as you can see, that's how good Abyssdweller is against the mirror match. We guys hope you enjoyed the video. Um, obviously, there's a lot of people playing Tearlaments, but it is fun to actually finally use them. We hope you guys
Given
enjoyed.
tier 0 status in CGG and OCG, it's fun to play. Wanted to play with them for a while.
We
Alright,
guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you in the next episode. We are currently working on some decks, and we'll have some more videos out for you then.
leave your comments and feedback in the comments section.
And if you want to, like, subscribe. Um,
Until next time,
we'll see you in the next video.
later guys.